This week on The Bunker, worried about them drones? 1,
Who benefits from this narrative?
2,
What evidence is being shown and is it verifiable?
3.
Why now?
I think this is everyone's favorite. People have different favorites. I shouldn't say favorite. This is the most popular. Today is The Bunker, a well-needed, good timing bunker, especially since. So I just had people over, and they stayed for a couple days, and they live in New Jersey, and they're right, like the drones are right over their home. We're talking Mendham, New Jersey, Chester, New Jersey, Far Hills, an area that I'm very familiar with, and they were visiting, and you know, I have all my theories. I really do. I think a lot of people into conspiracies, what you will define as conspiracy, will almost, it's almost laughable for us at this point. It really is. As far as seeing things coming and it's very, I'm not going to lie to you, it's really hard to see other people not being able to see and think the things that you do, because I'm sorry, but during COVID, I could see clear as day what was going on. And the thing that baffled me more was how many people got involved and lost their minds, were in such fear of their lives. That was a vile, disturbing display of humanity. And it's not people's fault. I'm sorry, but it's media and government's fault. And big pharma. It's no one can make the argument that, well, the news is technically entertainment. Yeah, well, go tell that to the family that's sending their child to go fight a war because the news and government told them they should go running over there because there's weapons of mass destruction, and then whoopsie daisy, there is none. You know how powerful that influence is. The people that write the scripts, that put it out in the media, the people that sell those agendas, the people that own the networks. So when it comes to this drone thing, I want to teach, and I've been talking to Shaka. I remember a specific phone call with Shaka. I'm going to say either 2020 or 2021, somewhere around there. I was on a hike and I called Shaka, and I know I said this. I went, Jimbo, I want to have a class and we do news, but we deprogram people and we show them how to see all the signs that they're pushing a new fear monster, because fear always leads to everyone united. Let's just get rid of this boogeyman. It's the same script over and over. How did we get? They said we gotta give a shot to everyone, and if we don't, they said you gotta wear a mask. And if we all they're not wearing a mask. They're not. The mentality of that is so the fear that was injected is so powerful. So you're a liar. You're lying to yourself, and you're a blatant liar if you ever want to look me in the face or anyone in the face and go, well, the news, are you saying the news has that, you saying media has that much influence? Yes. Bring on Shaka. We got a great bunker today.
I can't take myself serious.
Wait a minute. I just noticed you're wearing a Santa hat with the tinfoil hat on top of it.
Because it's Christmas time in Bunker Town.
Let me put on my sunglasses in the bunker.
Time for you to bunker down.
Everything we say today is pure entertainment. No facts, no nothing. And that goes from the tippy top of the show. So, do you remember that phone call?
Yeah. I kind of feel like that is what the whole, that whole, like, we need to get the public involved, the whole 17th letter movement, that what that whole thing was about was kind of what you were just talking about. Let's get the people involved in seeing and exposing the bad guys. Yeah.
Yes. You got to know the devil.
Yeah.
If you're going to fight the devil.
Yeah.
You got to know your enemy if you're going to be able to combat your enemy. And even those words, I won't even use it. You just need to give yourself a peace of mind. And I don't know about you, but I was looking at everything. I was trying to see all the different scenarios, because the first thing I do, and what we're getting to today in this bunker, is I believe I found an incredible video. I don't know. I don't think we shared it with you yet, Shaka. I sent it Mike yesterday.
Nope.
Of somebody basically explaining how to prepare when the media's, like, how to see all the signs of when they're putting on a great distraction and what's really going on over here, what their tools are, what their weapons are, and how do you see it coming, know how to avoid it, and how to push back from it.
Interesting.
And so that's that. Yes. So that is a lot of today's bunker. And I want to share this with you, because some of the points that this guy made, I'm going to say almost all of them, I already had a handle on it, which is why so many of us, we used to think it was just me and you, Shaka. Yeah. How many people you talk to now say things that if we said it 10, 15 years ago, they would have been like, what do you like, hang out in the basement, smoke pots, just come up. Oh, yeah, it must be a nice lifestyle, where now they're all,
I just heard a great quote, and this goes right along with what you're saying, that to be a conspiracy theorist means you were right all along. Right. Like,
yes,
starting to
have a friendly word. It's the first time in history where a conspiracy theorist is starting to be more of a trustworthy theorist.
Right. But it means it literally means you were right all along, because they came up with the expression conspiracy theorist from JFK. Now, we all know that was bullshit with the story they were telling. So, boom, you were right from the get-go.
Right. Right. So, with that said, I was really impressed by this video, and I think you're going to like it. So what I want to do, I mean, it's the whole video is like 20 minutes, so we're not going to play the whole damn video. But Mike, do you have it in full length, or were you able to chop up little pieces?
I have it full length, but I took notes on all the different sections and whatnot, so all the different points, the major points.
Okay. So you want to just hit the points?
Yeah.
Like,
I
can
say
you do
start
that?
the video. I want you guys. Well, let's start with this. I want everyone to see this video so they know where it's from, who the person is, and all that jazz. And you can go check it out for yourself. And again, I don't know if this person from a hole in the wall. I'm just saying I see this and I go, oh, these are, for me, incredible way to look at how to see this drone situation.
I got a lot of
Which
theories
now,
on it, by the way.
I do too. And for, you know, it cracked me up. I always wait for, you always got to wait for, all right, what are they kind of hiding? Chuck Schumer, whether you like him or not, it doesn't matter. I ask all of you to look up the video. Chuck Schumer's talking about the drones. And he goes, well, this is why we got to pass this legislation.
Dude, you lost me at Chuck Schumer.
Right. So we can tell us, Chuck, why do we need to pass the legislation? Because we need to have an terrorist drone because of situations like these. The only thing missing was the demon tongue coming out of his mouth going. He couldn't help himself. His glasses, the old, always trust a human being whose glasses are down here. I'm sorry. If you're my mom, once you're talking to me like this, I can't take you. I don't trust your intentions when your glasses are down, your head is tilted. That is,
right.
Is the motion. That is this, when your head is down and your little glasses are down here, that is you. That is you are already coming across going, I am above you and looking down on you. That is not a friendly gesture. I am not
predator.
buying. That's a predator. Predators. The way I sit in a tree staring at the things on the ground. And good old Chucky says, we really need to push this legislation. Out of all the things you could have said about a drone,
yeah, of course.
I'm concerned, but we need to push this. That's why we need to push this new legislation.
Yeah.
Mind that people. So to me, I went because everyone knows they're trying. Something's coming in. Someone needs a contract. Perhaps this is my theory. Perhaps there's contracts. Think of 9/11. Who made out like a mint? Anyone in the security world.
Right.
Metal detectors, screening, the face screening, and is it a billion, gazillion, cadillion dollars still on contract? Now, I'm not going to debate whether we should have that or not because there's people like, I'm not getting into that. Who's in line to make a lot of money to battle these type of drone things? That's just a question. I could be way off. What are some of the theories you have?
All right. This to me is a hard one because there are a lot of different angles. Number one,
yes, there's a lot of angles.
Like you said, they do the old what is that expression? Problem, reaction, solution. They create the problem, the people react, they come up with their solution, right?
Always.
Legislation, like you said. All right, there's that. Now, there's also this other thing, though, that these things might be tracking, right?
Tracking nukes. That was lost. Yes. We lost the nukes.
Right.
Well, when did you know you lost the nukes? You lost. Now think it. This okay.
Go.
Finish what you're going to say because
no. Go.
in my opinion, that's the most ludicrous, insulting to humanity's conscious theory. If you you're gonna have the audacity to call people conspiracy theorists. So let's take that. Okay, you know what? We lost some nukes. So you can track my phone. You could track my car.
Right.
You could track radar. You're not tracking your radiation that went missing. Can humanity please wake up?
Right.
As the great Bob Marley said, not me.
Every law is illegal.
Every law is illegal.
Every government upon the face of this earth today is illegal.
It's a powerful statement. It's not a very heartwarming one. But and I gotta say, like, they all know it.
Yeah.
They all know it.
Hold on a second.
They all know it.
Yeah. No, but getting back to this nuke thing.
Did anyone see the nukes? Where are they, Charlie?
We opened. Well, the story they said they opened the container and they're like, "Hey, where'd they go? This shipment just came in from Ukraine, and it's empty."
Yeah, wait. Hold on, let me open up here.
Oh, look at that.
Was there supposed to be missiles in here or something like that?
Did anyone get tracking on this shipment?
Wait a minute. I was at that one. We stopped once. We were at a rest stop. Where was that rest stop? I think it was Pennsylvania.
Right. So the bad guys that are saying, oopsie, we lost this thing, right? We don't know where it is. They really have these things. And
yes.
they really have these things. So, and they would love to start a war in this country. They would love to start some kind of distraction, some destruction, anything to prevent the Don from, taking over again. We're going to have to go to martial law because this boom went off. You know what I'm saying? So that is a real threat. You know what I mean?
Yes, and you also have to go the distraction route.
Right. So, okay. And then you have the whole, the alien card. They want to play the alien card. So this is a perfect segue to the alien card, right?
Now, how many times did you see, especially around COVID and before COVID, because everyone how many times did you see on the internet, wait till the fake alien war starts. Wait till they use the fake alien war. Wait till they try to scare you with the fake alien war. Remember, it's fake. So this all comes to mind. Go ahead.
No, they they want to pull the alien card and that we're going to all unite.
Thank God for the forces of the great United Nations and the most powerful military in the world that we were able to fight off these aliens and their higher technology. However, the human spirit in us all has united humanity. Black, white, yellow, brown, and all the other colors in between. Boys, girls, and all in between. We can now say we are one, and we love this word, free.
Just sign away your Constitution and your Bill of Rights. Just sign right here.
Chuck Schumer, make sure you pass this legislation.
Right.
Can we begin? I want everyone. This guy's, in my belief, I think we covered some of this today, but this will really help you, I think, with all these scare tactics that constantly come on the news. Let's just start playing a little bit of them, and then we can stop at any point. We don't have to go through the whole thing. and then we'll get into the notes, Mike.
I'll play the first minute.
Okay.
So
Okay.
you guys get an introduction.
Okay. Now, what's his name? Do we know?
Chase Hughes.
Chase Hughes, and
former military chief.
And this is his. Is this him like on his page?
Yeah, this is on his.
All right, let's check this guy out just for and see how. And Shaka, interrupt at any time.
Are we in the middle of a psychological operation right now? There are thousands of drone sightings.
I've never seen so many UFOs in my life.
And more weird stuff every single day.
Were they human or non-human?
Non-human. We are not alone.
You deserve to know how to tell what the hell is going on. And I just did a very confidential talk to my inner circle last night. But I think that you need to see this.
People within the U.S. government believe it's true.
The world deserves the truth.
Growing number of drone sightings.
They're non-human, higher intelligence.
The unidentified aircraft are the size of cars.
Like the classic UFO that you would see online.
A lot of people are wondering what the hell is going on. But what if I told you that the most dangerous thing is happening, but it's inside of your head? If you just think about it for a second, there's decades of silence on UFOs, and now suddenly the government is obsessed with talking about them. I want to show you exactly tonight what the plans and motivations are if this is being done on purpose.
Jimbo, what do you think so far?
Yeah, no,
that's phenomenal.
What's that? It's good.
He's going to lay out the plan. Like, I want everyone at least to check this out. If you're a bunker,
hold on a second before we go any further. I am convinced 100% that we've had this technology for a very, very long time. I've talked about it forever. Tesla came up with it about 100 years ago.
You and I used to talk about, you used to show me all the flying discs that the Nazis created in Germany were displaying way back in the 40s. So I am under the impression that the movies do show you glimpses and put truth right in front of your face. And I know a lot of you think this is lunacy, but when I look at Star Wars, I do, but the cars floating and taking off and going into, hey, we're going into a super fast mode, light year mode. I believe, and when it really hit me is the first time I went to this private car show in LA, and I don't know anything about cars. I'm not a car person. And they're showing, it was a museum, and they're showing the car on water and the car running by electricity, and the motorcycles, the electric motorcycles and bicycles back in the 20s and 30s, or whenever it was back then. And you're like, wait a minute, how come we're not getting this to like now? All of a sudden Elon Musk is the genius of this all? What are you talking about?
Right,
So this has been around forever.
Yep.
Highly agree, Shaka.
Yep.
Go ahead. Okay. Let's see the next 2 minutes of this guy.
So why would this be happening right now? So we're going to go both sides. It's aliens. It's not aliens. Let's do both sides here. Most governments don't just usually open up about things like this without a reason. With all governments, when they start pushing a narrative, it's most often to serve a bigger agenda if this is deliberate. So here are 3 possible reasons I can think of why this might be happening. Number 1, a distraction tactic. When huge issues are brewing, like economic instability, political unrest, global crises, somebody's done something bad and it's about to get in the news, governments usually and very often create some kind of distraction. So remember when the Pentagon released UFO footage in 2020, that conveniently happened during a global pandemic, this chaotic thing that was going on around the entire world that we all suffered through. Number 2, using fear as a tool.
Always.
So fear unites people.
Yes.
So if there is a threat big enough, and I want you to remember, if you're just listening to me right now, I'm sitting on your kitchen counter or something like that, and you're making dinner. I said the word threat with huge quotes around it. If there's a threat big enough, like UFOs, people are more likely to trust their leaders, give up freedoms, and rally behind whatever solution that they're offered. It's the same playbook used during the Cold War. This was called the Red Scare for that reason. Or post 9/11 with the War on Terror and the Patriot Act. And then number 3, testing the waters. This goes back to BC years. All 3 of these things go back to the BC years. This is not something that's original. So governments tend to test and gauge how people react. So if we accept UFOs as real and we don't freak out, that means we can kind of escalate the narrative without any pushback. So think of it like kind of a slow drip instead of pouring it all out at one time. And if you want to look back at some of these historical parallels, this is not the first time this has happened. There's just a few that come to mind right now. The first is the Gulf of Tonkin. This happened in 63 or 64, 1963 or 64. The United States used extremely questionable reports of attacks on naval ships, which were not true, to justify escalating this Vietnam War.
This is, I love that this guy, it's just like a class, boom, and he's given the examples, and he's given, because you need to, I'm enjoying this, because each time he said something, when I first saw this video, I'm like, I don't know who this person is. I don't know where they came from, but this is exactly what I've been trying to help people with.
No sensational, just fact. I love it.
He's not getting emotional. I get emotional. I can't help it. I get emotional. I think that's one of the reasons why Rogan is incredible, because he will hold. He's not going to jump into to swerve your you know what I mean? Like, this guy is just as a matter of fact. Go ahead.
He actually gets to emotional triggers later on in the video.
Like emotional triggers as a tool, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Which people don't understand. I watched this in my house with one of my good friends over the last 3 days. This poor human being could not put this down. This is not a 14-year-old child. This is not an uneducated person. This is not someone. This is a great human being, very smart. And this person would, like, no matter what your conversation was, would come in like, you know what they're saying now? And that's how powerful. It's so hard to explain the visual of, imagine a hand walking in your house, like, or a person walking in your house and grabbing the person you know, and they just have their full attention no matter what. That's it. I call those energy leeches.
Vampires.
It's a vampire. It's a vampire. The media is vampires.
Yeah.
Whoever's running this script, if the government's doing it, if our government all know they are vampiring you and I.
Sucking your lifeblood.
They are controlling your emotions, staring at the phone, calling your friends. You are now absorbed as they leech your energy, Monsters, Inc.
The Matrix.
I know you think this is crazy. Some of you think this is crazy. It's not. It's not. And I can't wait for you to discover this. It's like a little bell goes bing. I can't believe that I've been, yeah. And then it gets bigger and bigger and it gets nuts. But clarity is beautiful. What, Jimbo?
No, I just thought there's, what if everybody actually does, like, all of a sudden wake up to all this bullshit? They can't get away with the bullshit anymore. But I thought it's going to be, guys like me and you are going to be bombarded by people waking up. You know what I mean? Oh my God, did you hear? You know?
Yeah, exactly. Well, I'm doing that now. Like, yes, I know. Yes, I know.
Yeah, I've been talking about this for 20 years.
Yeah. Me and Shaka, we were all doing music, and we talk about like, oh God, they're gonna do this and do that.
Right.
Let's play the original video guy. Let's play him. See what his next thing is.
What might be happening right here? It might upset you. It might piss you off, but we're going to talk about that in just a second. So keep that in your back pocket for just a second. Number one is a normalization phase. So just steadily leaking UFO footage, holding hearings, using all these terms like UAPs all the time. The government makes the idea of something out there seem reasonable. So this keeps people curious, but not panicked. Curious, but not panicked. The second part of this is setting the stage for a big reveal. And I want you to keep that one in mind. So at some point, we might see a more dramatic event, like a giant UFO sighting over a major city, or footage that is just impossible to dismiss. And you could think giant holograms, giant drones, or other advanced tech just creating something that you cannot ignore. So number three would be a need for a savior. So once the threat feels real enough, governments or even global coalitions could step in as these heroes, and they might call for increased defense budgets. Maybe all the governments in this area need to unite into one big government, maybe a global response team, and I say that with quotes around it, to handle this threat. So this could lead to giant power shifts and more control in fewer hands is kind of maybe the goal of that.
Pass this legislature.
Interesting. Now I thought about this, and he kind of just mentioned it there, that they're all of a sudden they came up with a new term, UAPs. Oh, yes. What's a UAP? That sounds interesting. Because once I say UFO, you're turned off.
Right.
You're a guy like me with a tinfoil hat. You know what I mean?
It's not selling anymore. That word, that advertising slogan is not working. Sort of like global warming. Sort of like, yeah. You know what? They're not buying it. Can we go to climate change?
Exactly. Rebranding.
Can we rebrand this immediately, please?
Dude, you just hit on another thing. COVID is the rebranding of the flu, and they even talked about that.
Right.
They said we have to rebrand it.
How many people got COVID this year? I had COVID too. Everyone gets COVID. Nobody gets the flu anymore.
Yeah.
Nobody.
We cured it.
I had COVID last week. I still hear people go, I had COVID 2 weeks ago. Oh, okay. That's because it was a flu. It is a flu.
Right.
The flu. They play with words.
Yeah.
It's a voodoo trick. I'm smarter than that. You're not. No, this is way more powerful. Trust me. All right, let's play a little bit more of this guy.
If we follow this theory to the logical next step here, here's what might happen. First would be escalating UFO reports. Expect a lot more sightings, near misses with airplanes, mysterious objects interfering with infrastructure like power grids or airports. It's going to feel real and urgent. The next would be a media blitz that would come after that. So mainstream media will amplify the story. They're going to interview pilots. They're going to release grainy videos and have experts explain these things that are maybe defying physics. The goal, potentially, and I say all of this as a potential hypothetical, to make everybody believe this is a huge deal. Next would be a global event, and this could be something absolutely wild, like some kind of coordinated UFO appearance, maybe a simulated attack, or even some claim that we've made contact. And it doesn't have to be real. It just has to be believable enough.
That was such a powerful statement that I've been trying to explain to people for so long. It doesn't have to be real for them to push an agenda. It just has to be believable.
Real enough, right?
Doesn't have to be real. As long as it's believable. How many people believe this? Right? You don't think right now while they're on the drones, they're checking to see how many people are looking up drone on their phone? How many people are watching the networks? I know for a fact, I got a report. I won't say what network it was. Oh, screw it. I'll say because that's what it was. That is a fact. I saw the report. My friend worked there. He had a report. They have the capability of studying you watching programs. They know, you ready for this? They know when you pause, when you most of the time watch television. They know when you rewind, what you keep watching over and over, and therefore they know how to sell that to sponsorship and create more programming to suit you. And they know what time you go to bed and everything. The ratings, like they know when you pause. Oh, he around 7:30, so he's probably, or the story. Oh, he likes the sex stuff. This person loves the sex stuff. So don't think for 1 second. Everyone looking up this situation, they're polling how many people are scared to death. How many people going, bullshit? What are you really hiding?
Right.
Who you letting off the hook now? What war you create? Where are there kids coming out of trucks? What's going on? What's this list? Sorry.
So two things. One, they just found a truckload of
kids in a
did you hear the Coca-Cola truck? Did you hear about that one?
Yeah, but is that a fact?
I don't know. I just heard it. I literally just heard about an hour ago. Coca-Cola truck.
Coca-Cola.
But anyway, now this Netflix. Guess who owns controlling shares of Netflix?
Isn't that an Obama thing? Obamas.
Obama. Yeah. That's when I dropped my Netflix subscription when I found that out.
Yeah, no, I knew that right away. And I was like, yeah, we're not getting Netflix.
Yeah.
I'm not joining the propaganda channel.
I mean, that's the other thing. Vote with your dollars. Come on, guys. Vote with your dollars. Don't buy the shit that they sell. Literally.
I lost track here. What sparked this bunker outrage?
The guy was talking about first we were talking about rebranding, right? With the
UPs.
Yeah.
That's who it was. The UP. What do they call it now?
UAPs.
Yeah. Unidentified aircraft potential. What does even stand for?
Unidentified anomalous phenomena.
Or aerial phenomenal phenomena.
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 A phenomena. A phenomena. Oh, look. A phenomena.
We're on to something there. Now another thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Even I thought about this. Even if I saw an alien, like if I literally saw an alien walking down the street, right?
I go talk to him. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Maybe, but I have to say, the government's been doing cloning and gene splicing and DNA this and DNA that. They could have created an alien. They've had fucking 50 years to do it. You know what I mean? Like, oh, how about this? Well, no, he looks too human. Make another one. How about this guy? That's better. But he's got too much hair. Okay, how about this one? Perfect. Big head, big eyes, no hair. All right, keep him on ice.
And a couple. Now we need a couple with real scary teeth. You know, like the movie. Like we need that coming out.
So take an alligator and mix him with some human DNA, and see what you come up with.
And then we'll get a phenomena. A phenomena. It's a. Oh my gosh. Jimbo, I gotta be honest with you. I think that too. As soon as I saw the Clone Wars in Star Wars, I went, well, they already admitted that they started cloning humans, and people think, oh, that's crazy. Look it up, dummies. It's a fact.
Yeah.
It's a fact. We had our first, they made a presentation on TV. We had our first clone baby. I think they named it and everything.
Oh, and another thing that I remember reading a story, many years ago, where they said that if humans were to, let's say, live in space, right? If they had a child in space, what would that baby look like? Well, because there's no gravity, its body would be very thin and frail, and its head would probably be bigger. So maybe they just have some kid growing up on this space station out in space, and he's going to naturally look like that.
I just thought of a really stupid question, but I'm gonna ask it. You just
the only
the
only stupid questions are the ones you don't ask, Mr. Breuer.
Yes. So I don't know if I should ask this. So long story short, okay, if we go into space, right? We're in the realm of space.
Yeah.
So if there's nothing holding me, I just take off, right? Like I'm stuck. I'm floating forever, and there's nothing that can stop the direction I'm going. Stupid question. How does the moon stay there? How does that just not?
Yeah, well, it's mass. You know what it is? And
so the mass is in one area, and it's going to hang out right there.
Think of this. It's basically like static electricity. When stuff sticks to your clothes in the wintertime, right?
Yes.
That attraction is kind of the same thing that keeps things. Yeah.
Okay. It can hold that, but it can't hold a person. I guess the person's not mass enough.
Well, that's what it is. It is a very small, the small mass. Right. There's a big mass here, the Earth or the moon. So the small mass is it's like that lint coming, getting stuck to your clothes.
Totally got it. Okay.
Yeah.
How much time is left on this guy, Mike?
We're about halfway through the video.
I don't know if we have to listen to the whole thing.
This is a good spot where I'm at right now. It's how to spot a PSYOP.
Let's do this.
So here's how to spot a PSYOP. And I've never said this publicly before, but here is the step-by-step formula that will enable you to spot a psychological operation. Separating manipulation from genuine news is like kind of playing detective. So here's a few steps that will put you on top of everybody for being able to spot a PSYOP. Number one is analyze the source. Is the outlet known for credible reporting, or do they thrive in sensationalism? So established outlets like Reuters, sometimes Wall Street Journal, they report facts first, and others are way into drama. And PSYOPs, psychological operations, extremely, very much rely on sensational headlines. If you see sensational headlines, you need to get the hell out. This is on all media, on both sides of the aisle. There is no aisle if you hadn't got that figured out already. So next is who owns that platform that you're looking at. So media ties with pharmaceutical companies, political entities, defense contractors. I dare you to look that one up tonight. And so step 2, question the timing. So you want to ask yourself, does the story that I'm looking at right now appear during a major crisis or scandal or upcoming election?
Wow.
Maybe. PSYOPs will very often distract from bigger issues like UFO footage released during major policy debates or global unrest. Huge red flag. Next is to follow the narrative. And I promise you don't have to go do 5 hours of research to do it. You just ask yourself, are multiple outlets, this one question right here, are multiple outlets parroting the exact same language? If you see that shit going down, you need to be very terrified that something's going into your brain that doesn't belong there. So PSYOPs use coordinated messaging to reinforce a narrative. So look for phrases that feel copy and pasted, like unprecedented threat or undeniable evidence. Those little phrases, you're going to hear them. You will start to hear these everywhere you look. And the moment you hear copy paste phrases, that is a PSYOP. So step 4, look for emotional triggers.
Trust the science.
So all PSYOPs thrive on pushing your buttons. Think about the FATE model, if you know what that is: focus, authority, tribe, and emotion. So this is fear, anger, amazement. So if a story feels like it's designed, and I say the word designed with bold, underline, italics, if a story feels like it's designed to make you react emotionally, get out as fast, but don't even finish the story. Ask ChatGPT about what you're trying to figure out. So stories about UFOs that emphasize unknown threats without any evidence, you should be pretty careful about that. And then just check the evidence. You ask yourself the question, are they providing evidence like document data, eyewitness accounts, or relying on anonymous sources and some vague claims? So if you ever hear the words, and I want you to burn these words into your head. I've never told anyone in my life how to expose a PSYOP. But if you do all of these at once, you will never be manipulated.
Wow. Mike, post a link to that clip on, or share it with me. I'm going to post it on my, The World According to Shaka thing on Telegram.
I'm going to go live too before this comes out. I think so many people should watch this. The greatest thing, one of my favorite things he says as we move on, but you guys will leave everything so you can check it out, is he says in the end, trust your instinct. And I will say, it was a great learning experience. Did I also feel validated? Yes. That's not the reason why I'm sharing this. The reason why I'm sharing this, and I really hope you all take the time to listen to what this man is just putting out there for entertainment reasons, is because it's a great presentation. I couldn't have done it much, but
great.
Incredible.
I want to play these last 15 seconds of this video.
I love you, Mike. I love that you're doing it. Yes.
Before you do, though, Mike, when you're saying, Jimbo, you're saying trust your instincts, right?
Yes.
People don't realize this, but your gut, your solar plexus, your stomach, it's a thinking organism. And I'm not being airy-fairy. It's actually like scientists have, tested it. It's a thinking organism. All right. It releases chemicals when it has a thought like that's not a good idea or, oh shit. Right. And it might be smarter than your brain in a lot of ways, because when you said I had a bad feeling about this, right?
Yes,
this thing saw maybe a little bit ahead of the brain, right? Your heart is also a thinking organism. When you feel someone, you're thinking about someone in your heart, and you're feeling that sensation in your heart. These are, trust these things. These are other minds that you have, other tools that you have. Yeah,
they're incredible tools, and you're
powerful.
Right. Beyond powerful, beyond healing, and very informative. It's really you're designed that way. We're designed. Think about that. You're born with an instinct. You don't understand how powerful that is, and you don't need to. But don't use the word power for fighting. The power of just knowing it's a beautiful thing. All right, go ahead, Mike.
It's the best way to do it. So I want you to memorize these 3 questions if you're taking notes. Number 1, who benefits from this narrative? Number 2, what evidence is being shown and is it verifiable? Number 3, why now? Why is it happening right now?
Yeah. So true. And and people also say, like, what do they say? Give it 24 hours, let it breathe, let it, like when the news is like, oh my God, let it sit for 24 hours, right? The way I think they call it the 24-hour rule or something. All of a sudden now now I see,
Yes.
Yeah.
Jimbo, this was awesome. Awesome. Have a wonderful Christmas. I'll talk to you before that.
Merry Christmas.
And we'll talk to you before that.
Yeah.
We talk. Thank you so much for coming on today, man. I love you, brother.
Love you too, man.
And people, if they don't know you, it's the first time discovering Shaka. You go to where is it? Sorry, Mike.
World According to Shaka.
The World According to Shaka. He's on Rumble, correct?
And Telegram, yes.
Telegram and Rumble is Jimmy Shaka. And I highly suggest, check him out. Give him a hello, give him a follow. So there you go. This week's bunker episode on the Breuniverse. Listen, I don't know anything. At the end of the day, we can only control the here and now. Wherever you are in life, that's all you can. That's the only energy you should be directing at this particular moment in time is what's in front of you right now, and where you're at this moment. And when you take that and you start living life a little bit more, like I told you, my last flight, and I remember when I was younger, you'd fly into planes, and they'd even have movies and all that. You'd end up talking to the people next to you or not talking to you, whatever. But most of the time, sometimes you see passengers coming off and like, hey, this is my friend, or introducing them. I remember doing that. I remember that. This past week, the last show in Lake Placid and all that, that flight with the woman next to me, 83-year-old woman, lost her husband. She wasn't, devastated, but she was saying, like, I'm starting to heal, but she would also, I can tell, she would light up when she was talking about her husband. And I started asking more questions about him because she clearly, this was healing for her. This was exciting for her. Brought up good news. She wasn't crying. She was get to that process where she was very excited because there was one person, a lizard, he's like a lost son, nephew that lives with her and helps take care of her at the groceries and this and that. And it's just, There's such simple moments, but they're moments that it's like one wise person teaching another to prep them perhaps for something that comes down the road. That's what we need. We need to learn how to emotionally, spiritually enhance and help one another. Please, little steps at a time. Talk to the person next to you on the plane, no matter how agitated. Give it 10 minutes. I'm not gonna lie. I was on a mission. Next thing you know, boom. 3 hours later, it was incredible. It was beautiful. Anyway, I wish you all a wonderful, wonderful week, and a very Merry Christmas, Hanukkah, whatever gets you through it all. Thank you for hanging out in the bunker, and we will see you next time on the Breuniverse. Later, Gators.
Take a look around and what do you see? Mark the date down tonight, we'll make it history.
Hey, this is Jim Breuer, and I got my own Patreon page, and hopefully you'll check it out. Live comedy concert streamed once a month. Early access to the Breuniverse podcast every single week, and have bonus footage and bonus segments. I promise you I'm not going to let you down. Go check out my official Jim Breuer Patreon page, and I'll see you there.